Nowadays, Rockstar games are known pretty much for their open world games, like Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, etc. But once upon a time, they made linear single player experiences as well, like Manhunt, LA Noire, and the Max Payne series. Oh yeah, I almost forgot, if you don't know me, my name is Calf. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Max Payne 3, mainly because it's one of my favorite third-person shooters, and why Rockstar games will probably never, or at least it'll be a while before we see something more linear and contained from them. Let's get into it. Max Payne 3 was released on May 15th, 2012 on PS3 and Xbox 360, and on PC on May 29th, 2012. It was released to very positive reviews from critics and players alike. For those of you who do not know, Max Payne is about the trials and tribulations of a police officer whose wife and daughter are murdered by drug addicts. That happens in the first game. By the time of Max Payne 3, he is hired by a wealthy Brazilian family as one of their bodyguards. Of course, not everything is as it seems, and all hell breaks loose. To say this game is gritty and dark is an understatement. So much bad shit happens in this game. So, we'll talk about that later in the video though. First, I'm going to talk about the gameplay and then I'll get into the actual story elements. The gameplay is challenging, but it never gets to the point of frustrating. Well, at least on normal mode, there are several different difficulty modes, including one that's like crazy, over the top, challenging, that'll make you want to throw your shit all across the room, but I'm not really into that. I only stick with normal. It gives a really nice balance between gameplay and story, so you don't like completely lose your shit. The gunplay, cover system, and overall mechanics of the game are some of the best I've experienced in a third-person shooter. And mind you, this game came out 9 years ago. I first played it on PS3, so that's something to be said that it still holds up to be that good. One of the things that puts this game over the edge for me, though, is bullet time. I love bullet time in this game. Not because it's cool, no, because it's such a useful tool and it's not completely overpowered. I think they nailed it. You can't just run around in the open and dive around in bullet time and clear out rooms full of enemies like an idiot. If you do that, you run out of bullet time and you're dead. I think they nailed the overall formula of bullet time. It could have been this overpowered mechanic, but they somehow fit into the game and it didn't compromise the game's overall challenge. The combination of the cover system, gunplay, and bullet time make this game a complete standout, at least to me. I don't know about you guys, but to me, it does. On top of that, the attention to detail is insane. Everything from how your inventory is managed to how Max shifts his weight when he's moving is accounted for. You can definitely tell this game is a Rockstar game just from the little nuances they pay attention to. Alright, onto the actual story. Max is now a bodyguard and shit goes down. What I love about the story is that it's well written, it's extremely gritty, and it takes place in multiple environments. When I say that, I mean one chapter you're at a penthouse party, the next chapter you're in a club shootout, then there's a flashback when Max is back in New Jersey and shit goes down with him and the mob, and then you're roaming around the favelas shooting up gangs and stuff like that. And I keep using the word gritty, and well, that's because the game is super violent and nothing good happens. It's all bad. Even the humor is super dark. It's still funny, but Max's humor is super dark. Basically, Max is a washed up ex-cop who is addicted to painkillers and alcohol. I want to point out that the violence in this game is different from the violence that you would experience in games like Red Dead Redemption and Grand Theft Auto. The difference to me is that open world games like Red Dead Redemption and GTA, you have the choice to run around and kill a bunch of NPCs. In Max Payne, there isn't a choice. You have to fight through enemies. And even after that, most of the time, the people that you are trying to save end up dead. This is a minor spoiler. But to give an example, one chapter finds you fighting through a building where you eventually find out that they're harvesting poor people's organs. Now is where I get to why we probably won't see another Max Payne game. No, it's not because of the violence or because people will get offended or whatever. Rockstar can get away with pretty much anything. There's a few reasons, one of which is the way the overall landscape looks when it comes to video games. It seems like most games that come out are either open world or have a massive focus on multiplayer. There doesn't seem to be a huge focus on linear single player experiences anymore, which to me is a shame because I really like being able to beat a game in 8 to 10 hours and just be done with it. when I have a huge library of open world games that take 20 to 30 hours to beat, I kind of just get overwhelmed and I don't end up playing anything. The second reason is Rockstar's parent company, Take-Two. Like any other huge corporation, they like money. The main focus ever since GTA 5 came out has been multiplayer and microtransactions. Now, I'm not here to shit on the practice. I'm in the camp that thinks as long as they put out a fleshed out and excellent single player experience, they can do whatever they want to an MP. Red Dead Redemption 2 and Grand Theft Auto 5 had amazing single player experiences, so I can't complain. The issue is they only have so many resources, so they essentially have a team still working on GTA Online and putting GTA 5 on every fucking console ever, a team working on Grand Theft Auto 6, and probably a team working on some other open world game. The good news, however, is that the man who wrote Max Payne 3, and also the co-founder of Rockstar, Dan Houser, left Rockstar last year and opened his own game studio. So we may not see another Max Payne, but maybe, just maybe, we'll see something as special in the future. Who knows? Only time will tell. I know this video was a bit longer than my others. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit like, and if you haven't yet, hit that sub button. If you have any other thoughts to add, please throw them down in the comments below. I try to make it a point to reply to everybody. Unless you're being a blatant troll, then I just ignore you. Alright, have a good one, guys. Thanks again for watching. Have a good night. Or day, or whatever.